Nebuchadnezzar II. He had served as commander of his father's army and soon proved to be the equal of all the great Mesopotamian conquerors, from Sargon onward.
He managed to reign for more than 40 years, in the course of which he established Babylonian control over much of the western territories of the former Assyrian Empire.
Included in Nebuchadnezzar's empire was the kingdom of Judah. In 600 BC, the king, Jehoiakim, made a fateful decision not to pay annual tribute to Babylon. In revenge, Nebuchadnezzar marched west in December 598 BC and attacked Jerusalem, Judah's capital and the spiritual center of the Jewish people. In a battle lasting 3 months, the Babylonian army was victorious. Nebuchadnezzar ordered what is known in Jewish history as the exile, the deportation to Babylon of thousands of Jews, including the king and his family.
One of the ways of stabilizing a conquered territory was to take a political elite and a social elite that had not proved reliable or cooperative and replace them with a new population of people who had no ties to the place.
Nebuchadnezzar had acquired an empire comparable to that of Assyria. Like the Assyrian kings, he devoted much of the empire's resources to refurbishing and enlarging his capital city, so that it became the largest metropolis in the ancient world.
Those are really efforts that could go into the Guinness Book of Records. The excavator of Babylon estimates that Nebuchadnezzar actually used about 15 million baked bricks in his refurbishment projects of his city.
Apparently, Nebuchadnezzar was a perfectionist. The ceremonial Ishtar Gate, with its depiction of mythological animals, was rebuilt 3 times. Lions on the gate represent the goddess Ishtar, while a demon, called a Mashushu, signifies Marduk, Babylon's principal god and head of the Mesopotamian pantheon.
From Hammurabi's Taiwan, Marduk is one of the great gods of the Near East. He's not the god of anything in particular, but he managed to conquer the evil goddess, whose name was Tiamat. She was the goddess of the sea. And he takes her body and he splits it in 2. And with the upper part, he creates the heavens, and with the lower part, he creates the earth.
The Ishtar Gate stood at the end of the processional way that led to Babylon's temples and ziggurat, the 650-foot tall temple tower known as the Tower of Babel.
Ziggurats throughout Mesopotamian history, they're a sign of religious architecture. They're massive structures. They take a lot of man-hours to build. Only a king with power and wealth can initiate such a project and finish it. And the reasoning behind building the Tower of Babel seems to be personal glory as well.
Within Nebuchadnezzar's magnificent palace were hanging gardens. They were reported by the Greek historian Herodotus to have been one of the world's great wonders. The gardens were supposedly constructed for the king's wife, a homesick Iranian princess who was comforted by the terraced buildings and exotic plants. However, the hanging gardens of Babylon may be nothing more than a myth.
Unfortunately, in Mesopotamian sources, we have really no indication of any such thing. On the other hand, it is true that one of the things that a good Mesopotamian king did was cultivate royal gardens in which you could display plants and animals from the empire. This was one of the ways of showing the scale and range of conquest, and therefore giving a kind of living, breathing, green image of power.
Nebuchadnezzar died at the age of 84 in 562 BC. During his reign, Babylon's arts, sciences, and literature flourished under considerable wealth and strong state support.